Okay, let's go over our solving one-step equations practice. X minus 6 equals negative 18. Well, this is subtraction. The inverse of subtraction is addition. I want to leave x by itself. I want to get everything else to the other side. So instead of minus 6, I'm going to do plus 6. And remember, you have to do it to both sides. Now, a negative 6 plus 6, that's 0. They're gone. All that's left on that side is x. Negative 18 plus 6. You keep the sign negative because 18 is larger, and you subtract them, and we get 12. Let's practice it and see if we got it right. Or check it, sorry. So negative 12 instead of x minus 6 equals negative 18. Yes. Negative plus, or combined with a negative, it stays negative, and we add the two numbers together, we get negative 18 equals negative 18, so that one worked. Let's look at number 2. I asked you in the last video to see if you remembered what it means when you have a variable and a number touching. Hopefully you remembered that it means multiplication. So what's the opposite of multiplying? It's dividing. So we are going to take this and we're going to divide by a negative 2. Okay, we're going to divide by a negative 2. Negative 2 divided by negative 2 means a positive 1, so just an x is left. We need to also divide this side by negative 2. An 8 divided by a negative 2, it makes it negative, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. So let's go ahead and check this one. Negative 2 times a negative 4 equals 8. Remember, you need to put it in parentheses. Don't put times with an x because it gets confusing now that we have x's all over the place. A negative times a negative is a positive, and 2 times 4 is 8 equals 8. So yes, that one worked. This one, I didn't completely finish it for you. I want to tell you something that I forgot to tell you before. If it's a negative, you should also be multiplying by a negative. Because what's a negative times a negative? What's a negative times a negative? It changes it to positive. So I hope that you fix that. So you should be doing a positive x there. And so if you did a negative times a negative, so you need to times a negative on the other side. What's a negative times a negative? It's a positive. And what's 14 times 2? It's 28. So let's check this and see. Negative 1/2 times 28 equals negative 14. I hope you remember that when you multiply, it's like there's a little 1 underneath. 1 times 28 is 28. 2 times 1 is 2. And it's negative, because it's a negative times a positive, equals negative 14. Well, 2 goes into 28. Yep, 14 times, and it's negative, equals negative 14. All right, so go ahead, do your reflection, and then keep going on your practice.